Hi, so we are sitting probably in one of my sort of safe spaces, which is on the bench just outside the toilets
of the National Portrait Gallery.
Yeah. It's a place I like to come to use the toilet and but of course marvel at these centuries of people that have used that toilet before me, and just feel that sense of heritage. So. Let's stop chatting on a bench outside a toilet and check out some Tudor masterworks. And of course, the history of portraiture is very much the history of power. Yeah? And we haven't actually pressed the button, it turns out.
You go to the ground floor?
I think we're going up. That's a really brilliant one. The amount of just stuff going on the sleeves.
These are some of the best sleeves in the game.
It's absolutely top sleeves, aren't they? A very, very handsome sleeve. So much of it in this period is about sleeves, isn't it? A shiny sleeve. A sleeve that refracts light. You don't know where you stand with this sleeve. Is it puffy? Yes. Where's the elbow? There's literally no way of knowing. Of course, just over there we see the biggest sleeves in the business. Sleeves that are actually as wide as his torso. The sleeves of Henry VIII. What's fascinating about this is if you were to divide up this painting from a compositional point of view, the sleeve is actually... The sleeve is 90% of the man.
If they frame an absolutely gigantic codpiece.
That's right. Well, it's a codpiece which has a bow on top of it.
It's like a gift.
Well, it is a gift. And of course, it's a gift which every heiress in Europe is desperate
to unwrap.
To grab one of those strands and pull. Frankly, Catherine of Aragon, Eleanor of Aquitaine, Joanna of Bruges.
They were quite good toilets, eh?
Yeah, they're it's been spruced up actually. So the National Portrait Gallery was refurbed a few years ago, and
it was very much a toilet first refurb, wasn't it?
Well, that's how galleries work now. They very much foreground the toilets, and it's in the same way that with printers. They sell you the printer for cheap, and they really fuck you with the cartridges.
I'm glad someone's saying it.
It's counterintuitive, but that's the same. It's the toilets is actually where they make their money. That's actually where they get most of their funding.
But can I say the toilets were of a really high standard, very clean.
Yeah.
But partly it was like a peer pressure system because it was quite busy, so it means that you're always going into a cubicle that someone's coming out of. So you know that when you leave the cubicle, you have to look someone in the eye.
Yeah. Well, it's essentially a trust system, and the truth is, 70% of those people are, of course, hired actors, because it actually means you almost don't need to pay cleaning staff. You use a kind of it's a kind of self-policing shame system, which it turns out is cheaper than bleach. Now. The ornamental dagger. If Cardinal Wolsey, the complex sleeve, we think it's Cardinal Wolsey or Cardinal Wolsey type, if he bequeathed permission to an heiress, she had permission to grab the royal scabbard and to bash Henry VIII's codpiece with it. It then cracks open.
Like a sort of pinata?
Like a kind of royal pinata, and she'd bash that codpiece, it would crack open, and out would fall 20 to 30 Maltesers.
But also his penis.
Yeah, also his knob would be in there as well, yeah.
So this is a section about the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
That's right.
And of course we go straight to his first wife, Thomas More.
It was never going to last. Society wasn't ready for it.
Again, the sleeves.
Oh, those are... Look at how they're glowing.
The velvet.
Literally glowing.
Can we talk about your credentials to be showing
Yes.
me these things?
People talk about A levels. I've got an A level. I've got an A level in art.
Okay. What did you get? A?
It's not always recognised at the time. That's the thing about talent.
Did you get an A?
I did. Van Gogh probably didn't even do an A level. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where.
What did you get?
I've sold considerably more work than Van Gogh did,
What did you get?
and I've had a slightly better relationship history.
What were your A level results?
I got a B in art.
So we've all met insufferable children.
Insufferable little turds we have. Yeah.
But this is obviously King Edward VI, the boy king, and he would have been one of the worst children ever to have lived.
Yes.
One of the things that's interesting about this painting is obviously we look at the sleeves.
Yes.
Classic
We've got complex sleeves.
projection of power.
Yeah.
But actually, if we follow what you should always do in this painting, first thing to do is follow the right sleeve normally.
Follow the right sleeve.
If we follow it, it takes us down.
Yeah.
And we've got
Yes. That's right. Because Edward VI invented the croc.
Yeah, these are proto-crocs.
The proto-crocs. And I never do want to be one of those people that looks at paintings and all they talk about is how good the crinkled up fabrics are. But the crinkled up fabrics on that carpet, it doesn't get better than that. He really takes after his relative.
His father?
Is it his father?
I think so.
Yeah. He's definitely got Henry VIII's
Sort of shape.
incredibly sort of fridge-like torso at the age of 9. Getting a B in art isn't ideal. Ideally, you get an F, and I'm thrown out of the school.
Yes.
And the Sorbonne has to shut down for a month to debate how awful and offensive my work is. Unfortunately, I just got just sort of. It's not even saying you're bad, B. It's saying you've got the level of art of. Anyone, just a guy.
Yeah. Average. Bang average.
Yeah. Throw a sausage down Oxford Street and you'll hit someone with a B in art. Do you know what I mean? Space age sleeves. Intriguing sleeves. So Sir Francis Drake's sleeves. These sleeves tell us how old he is.
By counting the slashes.
By counting the slashes.
Yeah. This one has an interesting faux sleeve. See here?
It's a decoy sleeve.
Yeah.
Sir Henry Ufton. We are, of course, here talking about the sleeves of treachery.
What I find interesting about this painting is that obviously this is Thomas Cranmer. He's a religious figure.
right.
He's a religious man, and so he has a very pious appearance. He has unadorned sleeves. They're billowy, but they're completely white.
Well, they're the Protestant sleeves, aren't they? They're pure.
It's purity, exactly. However, the artist has managed to put some things in which hint at a more earthy inner life. For example, we have this kind of sexy tree demon
Sexy tree witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a
Post-it note there saying, Thomas, meet me this evening in Latin.
Yeah. And the implication is that she will be wearing the demonic sort of groin piece.
Yeah, the demonic sporran. Yeah. So this just hints at what's going on in front of us. We've got this pious figure. What's going on behind? Sexy, weird tree witch with a deer's ears.
Of course, it was a time of great wealth. It was a time of great empire. But it was also a time of great wars and a time of great peril. Science was really, really dropping the ball repeatedly at the time. He just didn't have a fucking first clue what was going on. Lovely diaphanous shouldered doilies, the sleeves of a tosser.
Some of the greatest sleeves probably ever to exist.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting here, of course, is that this is Queen Elizabeth I, but she's wearing green sleeves.
Yes. Sorry, I do a Tudor dance class every Thursday night.